session.
One word at a
Three,
time.
I've started the session. Come on, I've started the
Great.
fucking recording.
3, 2, 1.
So we got stuck in a
There
corridor,
was,
and then we found a weird woman in her own
I made a deal with
We
this
were-
guy to
Yeah,
get
we
information.
were trying to find
and
Cal,
there
the
was
weird
a rat,
blue
We
cloak woman.
and there was a rat,
And,
We were
rat
stuck
room,
in a
We did
big
find
room
Cal.
and we
And-
spun
and we
around
did
a
find
lot.
Cal.
and
yeah.
Spencer got really scared.
Yeah, we got
And
really
Made
we-
her,
scared.
she made her
The
own
rat.
realm, and we got stuck in it for like 45 minutes.
I mean, stuck. Like, we got to eat
well,
and shit.
No, yeah,
And
and
then
she
I
made really good
relaxed.
apple pie.
Wait, what?
The woman made really good apple pie. And like food, she made us all food. It was really good.
Oh, I mean bibimbap. I
Oh
ate
yeah.
bibimbap.
Also,
I got an 11 on that dex.
we're introducing a new player who's not actually going to be playing this session, but he'll probably join like next session or like next week or something.
Who's currently practicing the
He's
fucking
currently
flute.
practicing the flute.
So take a guess at what
yeah,
class he'll be playing.
Josiah, name 4 key characteristics about yourself. Go.
I play the flute. Wait, you mean like me or the theoretical character?
Okay.
Specifics here,
Okay. That's enough out of.
I mean, he did say Josiah say
I think you should
something
just
about himself.
restart and know
Why
that
am I
you
just
should
being
do that.
racist towards
Okay,
Josiah?
you mean specifics about me or about?
Oh my god! I was expecting you to say I'm German.
No,
I'm
Josiah,
hot. I don't
the
wear
person
shirts and I play the
Josiah.
flute. That is what I was expecting. I was
Okay,
expecting that.
I'm half German. Nova thinks I'm hot. I do wear shirts most of the time, and I can't play the flute, but I'm learning because I want to play bard.
Okay, you could have just called me a fucking liar. Okay, you didn't have to lie. You didn't have to Sherlock me. Okay.
God.
He can't play the flute, but he can play basically every other instrument.
Yeah. As well as play with my
Actually,
heart.
to roll 20. Why is Felix so
No, but that doesn't
hot?
count. That's not an
Why is
instrument.
Felix squashed? Why is Felix squashed?
Oh my god! Oh no, it's Malon who's squashed. Yeah, you're squashed.
Thank you.
Oh,
for...
there we go.
Also, Mal.
There we
go.
Malon's squashed.
Fix
Malon's
Melon.
squashed.
Melon's also squashed. Oh god,
Melon.
ridiculous.
Malon is
You
squashed.
should invite Desire.
Go,
Oh
go.
god. Oh
Yeah,
god.
John,
who did this?
John, what the
God,
fuck?
stop. No, John.
John.
John, no. Oh god. The horror.
Okay, Desire, does this really annoy you, or is it?
He's not in the roll 20 yet.
Yeah. What, now, guy?
Is he now?
Yeah. No, I'm screen sharing.
Yeah, invite him, for fuck's sake.
I don't know how to invite people.
Okay, Josiah, scroll up.
Why
There
is
should be an
that?
invite in there. Anyway, we have to get started.
What? Desire, do you see this? Desire, watch it.
No one anymore.
Do you see this?
I'm
So
watching.
look. So that's 55 there, but it's also 55 there. And that's...
Where we love.
Like, look, this is
Oh,
30 all the way
no.
along here. Okay.
Where
No,
we
no, no.
last
It's 100. It's 120.
Don't make me
there,
seven
but
at
it's
you as
also
well,
120
Felix, for
there.
fuck's sake.
I'm going
Okay.
to
Oh, wait.
brain aneurysm.
Where we last.
Unmute. Oh, you unmuted me, thanks.
The party.
We already got
Yeah.
one recap.
Deciding to...
No, we don't need your recap. We did it
Yeah.
already.
Okay, no, they're not getting a recap now. Okay. Right, you have
They
all
did. They got
exited
many
I
out
mean, if
recaps.
they're a
of this.
true fan, they would have already listened to the other
Fuck out.
episode.
Yeah, God, you
Shut
gotta
up,
listen
shut
to the
up,
law.
Shut up,
You
you
gotta read
child,
up
you
on the
child, you child.
No, you just
You're like a
re-listen
more
to the
annoying
last
Tommy in it.
episode
Shut
before
up,
the
shut up, shut up.
first. Damn, that's
Dude,
an achievement right there.
If you look up Tommy in it definition, it says child.
Okay.
What?
You've all exited out of this strange plane.
Tommy in it
Cyril, you
Tommy in it
blacked
is
out.
of Slavic origin
for-
and means child.
Stop.
Dating back
this
to
is
15th
so.
century
I'm
Russia.
gonna cry. I'm gonna cry at you. I'm gonna cry at you.
Damn.
This is the most chaotic this has ever been.
No.
No,
With
it's
Desire's presence,
yeah,
it's gonna
with
be more
Desire's
like
presence.
this, isn't it?
Okay, it's not going
Desire's
to be.
been
It's
muted
not going
playing
to
his
be, or
flute.
else I will actually kill all of you You've all exited out of this strange plane. You walking down these long stairs that seemingly go on forever until suddenly you're back in a now empty-looking, almost attic-like space. The roof is sort of slanted at one point but goes upwards and out into a more boxed-off shape, very shantily made. These metal sort of wires that seem to be holding up the framework of this stone, and these sort of wooden timbers in certain places, more of them, some places not as many. And you will see a lit torch attached to one of the walls and a bit of dim light shed across the room, and you do not see the doorway that you came from.
Oh right, we're all there.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since.
Oh, back there.
What?
You're not all back in the rat room. You are all on the floor above the rat room. The floor, fuck it. I'll say that. Yeah, you've all had a short rest. Okay, I'll say you've had a short rest.
But I don't think I can.
I'm pretty sure you already had a short rest anyway.
Since last
Yeah, we
session, you
did.
say. Time to get all of my stuff back. Yeah.
I mean, you didn't really expend much of your stuff anyway.
No, yeah, I didn't. I have all my spells.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we're supposed to have all our stuff.
Yeah, we didn't really do anything.
No, you just sort of travelled.
We spun around for a bit.
You remember this as what seemed to be the point just before the endless black, sort of misty, thick smoke clouded most of the vision, and the world began repeating in a sub form of loop before you found your way out and up into Carl's little pocket of infinity. What do you all do?
Can we just head back?
What, to Cal?
No, to
Let's
yeah, the exit. I mean, what do we need to do now?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Don't remember what we need to do.
What are we gonna do now?
Oh my fucking god. This is why I recap, because they don't remember, like, the potence of doom that I say. The world is going to end. The Jews
yeah,
fake the moon landing. Like, you guys don't remember this shit.
Yeah, I know the world's
stolen
gonna end, but how are we gonna
That's
deal with
based
it?
right
That's
now.
not really my problem.
Okay.
That's the base ass shit.
Ask in character and maybe you'll find out.
What are we doing now? Nobody answers me. I look at Merlon pointedly.
Merlon.
Merlon, I hate you.
No, he
Malon.
It's going from Melon to Ballon to Merlon.
Malon sighs slightly. Well, we do have two choices. I understand you all wished to fight in a war. I could send a message and have the preparations for our travel into the Abyss postponed and have forward teams sent out into the Abyss in our stead, and then follow them after. They won't necessarily know all of
Saving the
what they're
world
getting
is
into.
kinda more important than
I would agree,
fighting in
yes.
this war.
I certainly
So-
would agree.
If you message them and get them to set up the preparations so as soon as we arrive back we can go.
That
Maybe
is-
some people.
That is a possibility, yes.
Could
Would we
go in
all
and
want
start
to continue with this current course of action and then fight your war? I will say that the war will likely have progressed further from this stage in that time.
Well, if we don't save the world, then there's no point in fighting the war.
Of course. though we don't exactly know the time frame of this at any rate. There's a lot of variables that we do not know. I would say that working with haste towards that current goal of saving the world would be likely a better option than hoping that
I agree.
there's a longer time limit than we have. What are all of your other
Yes,
thoughts?
I do believe it would be best to go into the abyss and rather than helping with a war where you said the travel would be months. Yeah, I don't know if we can have that much time, let alone going there and back, and how much time it actually takes to do whatever we need to do over there.
Well, if we are in agreement, Spencer?
Aye, the world seems in a little more danger.
Yes, I agree.
That's rude. He's rude. He's being an asshole.
How is he?
Huh? Because he pointedly asked Spencer what Spencer for, but not what Mistral for.
God.
Me.
Well, they're not on the best of terms at the moment.
Fucking guy, this is like the. Oh my god.
What?
This
That's
is
rude.
me sort of trying to include Fisker more in the role playing and making accusations
I thought you
about
did that
the
on
character.
purpose.
No, I wasn't even thinking about that.
You just asked
Oh
Spencer a question, John.
I actually.
my god!
Like he didn't
Not
ask for
everything
Rory
has to
either.
do with the angst. Like.
It's fine. It's fine, Tareth. Milan is his own person. He can speak to whoever he wants to.
Fair enough, I guess. But like, he's gonna ask everybody. Yeah.
I was simply going to move down the line of asking everyone what their opinion was. It seems that you have spoken up, Mystery.
Step out of the line and don't say anything. See, because I don't know what you guys were saying. Right. I just got back now.
Oh, did you just get
We're
back?
talking about
Okay.
we want
With-
Whether they save the world or save terrorist
One
kingdom.
city.
Yeah.
You can do both.
And will potentially others in the
Yeah,
future.
but which one do
but-
we do first? Is the question.
I think
Well,
the,
I think
the
we've decided
world
that
would
we
be
should-
better, because the city
Yeah.
won't exist if the world doesn't exist.
Yes, that's what we've been saying. I
Yeah,
think
that's what
we
I
made our
said.
decision, and we should get on with it. So where do we need to go to travel to the abyss?
Well, we would. Well, I would need to send word, which means would need to get to the surface. Though I have a few more things I would like to investigate just briefly. Namely, the bulbous creatures that we saw. I've never seen anything quite like them, and I want to make sure they're not abyssal in nature. And if they are, I would like to know if they have any weaknesses or ways to combat them.
Could I roll nature to see if I've seen anything like them in like my studies or
Yeah,
anything,
go ahead.
or if they seem completely
Yeah,
unnatural?
go ahead and roll nature check.
That's not very good. That's oh wait, wrong sheet. That's 10. So
A 10.
yeah, not very good.
Yeah, you've seen like obviously things like sort of pustules and things like that, sort of diseases and diseased creatures, undead creatures, but nothing quite like this. These creatures seem almost completely made of this sort of scarred tissue.
Okay. Yes, they definitely don't seem natural. They seem like they're almost entirely made of pus and scar tissue. And he looks kind of sickened when he's saying that those last bit.
Yes, I believe it would be good if we could find anything out about them. What were those two washers. What are their names? I don't remember. The ones that were saying they pushed a small fellow into the somewhere.
No idea.
I remember those
Oh,
two. They were the ones
the-
that led us to the mushroom forest.
Yes.
I don't remember their names, but yes, they said there was a pit that they put people in. Are you suggesting that they might, the people who are pushed into the pit might be turned into those things?
I don't know for certain, but anything is possible, right? And abyssal, if it is indeed abyssal, then it would often need to change something, not create something out of nothing, but pervert something.
Oh. Well, I guess we should, perhaps we should try and find this, pit, or... Yes.
Indeed.
I mean, it seems like most of the... we've dealt with most of the upper management for now, so... we could... perhaps get away with snooping around a bit more.
Well, keeping out of sight would certainly be good. I doubt we've even made a dent in their forces from what we saw outside.
No,
Though,
no,
if the
definitely.
treants have regained their will, then hopefully they've got their hands full currently.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. So, I guess we should head off now then. And
Indeed.
I'll start walking back down the staircase.
Yeah,
Down
Malon
to the
following
first.
sort of slightly back to your right. I'm assuming everyone follows. What is your marching order?
Back.
I think I might be number one in the
Okay.
marching order.
When you say it, I'll roll 20. I'm on the wrong tool.
That's about where Malon is.
I make it.
Whereabouts is it?
What are you doing?
I hit
So
this
far
way.
away.
Alright, I guess I'm walking far away then.
No, I was
Why
moving
not?
you away
It's
so
fine.
we knew
Going
who
this
was
way.
where. You can move your character to where you want it, for fuck's sake.
No, I thought it was John doing it.
No, John can't. John can only move his own character.
Yeah.
Anyway,
John.
I guess I'll... Yeah.
I think Michelle's gonna stand behind Terrace and just every now and then just like inconspicuously try and like grab his tail and hold on to it.
I will keep on swishing my tail out of the way.
And you have to try and wait until you're not paying attention and just kind of yoink.
Right, okay, can you just both like give me dexterity checks for the fun of it?
Straight up X. Okay.
Okay.
Mystery, you can use sleight of hand, fuck it.
That's a 14.
Yes. I'm waiting for my sheet to load because Chrome is slow. So while we wait for this, where's everyone else standing?
I'm pretty sure you guys have worked out the marching
We've
order.
all moved.
Yeah, so Spencer's sort of to your left, Manon's sort of up slightly behind, and to the right of Nix, and Rory's deciding to walk next to Manon. Okay, so
Not the 4. No, that's a 7.
okay, yeah, you keep trying to get it, but it just sort of keeps swishing out of your reach. Doesn't stop you though.
Nice.
Like occasionally you'll sort of grab it, but then you'll sort of flick it a little bit more, and it sort of slip out your grasp. Anyway, so as you're all walking, oh, say again. Oh,
I'm just gonna go ask for some dinner. I can still hear you guys.
okay. Alright. So as you're all walking down these stairs, another dark room. On the way through the steps, and a familiar sound of the pittering pattering of small feet. As just beyond the edges of all of your vision, you hear tiny little pit-pats and squeaks. What are you all doing?
I was trying to work out what you're talking about. I just got it.
I turn
I'm gonna
around.
Back to
Right.
Spencer.
Yeah, I
Just
turn around to
continue
Spencer
normally.
and say, "Just keep moving.
You should fucking surround.
They aren't trying to follow us. Just keep moving."
Okay, do you just keep moving?
I'll move a bit more hesitantly.
Okay.
I keep a constant eye out for any rats that might come a little bit too close.
Give me a perception check.
Can I help her?
Give me a
that?
perception check with advantage.
Thank you. I already needed that.
Uh-oh.
It didn't do anything because I rolled lower the second time. That's a 15. Bad.
Okay, let me just. Okay. You.
Stealth checks for rats.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's what it is. Wait, no, I actually have to do it individually for those. It's 4, 5,
Uh-oh.
6. Okay, so while you're keeping an eye out for the rat, sort of looking down, sort of low to the ground, you see what seems to be a much thicker looking rat tail just skirt in and out of your vision, just briefly.
No, we aren't having giant rats.
Did anyone else see that?
I won't accept that. No. Well, what do you mean? Wait, wait. Actually, can I should roll to see if I did see it. Yeah, that's a 1. I didn't see it. I say, I don't know what you're talking about.
You, as you say that, you just hear, and the of padding of much larger feet than normal rats.
I
Why
grab
are
my
you
bow
laughing?
and knock an arrow.
You knock an arrow, okay.
Knock an arrow, just prepared for in case it wants to jump.
It's funny you say that.
Oh god, no. Don't give me the wrong ideas on how.
Okay, who else is keeping their eyes out?
I will keep an eye on
Well, I
it.
will
I
now,
am.
but they've said that there's something.
You've already
somewhere.
made
I
your
don't know
roll.
what it
You've
is.
already made your
Yeah.
roll.
Can
It was
I
a 1.
roll?
Okay, all of you who haven't already rolled, roll me a perception check.
Fuck.
That is a d6. I got the same on both rolls. A 3. That's
got a 7.
5.
A 10, but I
You can have advantage, Spencer. You can have advantage considering the circumstances.
Great.
If I help him, does he get triple
That's for
advantage?
19.
Oh shit, okay. So as you're all looking around, Spencer, you get the bright idea to look up.
Oh no.
And you see the ceiling full of small, furry creatures all scampering along the top of the ceiling. But you also see something else. A much larger rat crawling along the ceiling. You see it look, bending its neck, arching upwards, looking directly at you as its head tilts and uncomfortably, impossibly small, almost going 180 degrees as it just... as it scampers out of your vision.
I immediately stopped moving.
Fuck rats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Malon speaking up. I don't think I have many words for this. Other than swear words. You see about a few beads of sweat dripping down Malon's forehead.
Oh no.
You're really quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't suppose that you're at a lack of words for a nice little surprise. Someone's gonna pop out with a birthday cake, aren't they?
You continue hearing the small squeaks and patters of feet. Do you all continue moving?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stand still and get eaten by a giant rat.
Help me.
You don't keep moving, Spencer. Okay.
I'm not leaving Spencer to die though.
So still.
Spencer, we have to go.
I'm gonna take
Does Spencer just freeze?
and kind of just try and him forward.
Sorry, I can hear
I
that.
don't
Sorry.
know.
Yeah, your audio is very difficult to hear.
Yeah, my internet's being whack. Let me try to leave and come back.
I don't know what she said there.
Yeah, I think it was my internet's being whack. I'm gonna try and leave and rejoin here. I think that's what it was.
Sorry, what?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's somewhat better. Say again what you were saying before.
I'm going to grab a hold of Spencer's like wrist and just kind of like gently pull him forward with us.
Do you go forward with her?
Do I?
Look at me, Spencer. It's okay. If anything happens, I'm here.
Why rats?
So comforting.
Don't think about the rats. Don't look at the rats. Look at me. Okay? Stay looking at me. Now just one step in front of the other, okay? See, I got my board. Everything's ready. If anything even tries to take a step forward, we'll take care of it. Rory and I will take care of it.
We'll very slowly take a step forward.
Okay. You take your step forward, you hear it. As underneath your boot. A small rat.
I fucking run out of the room.
Okay, you run out. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, back the way we came, or
I'm assuming forwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Running out of the room, the large orcish footfall just as he's.
Is he dragging me along with him?
I mean, if
Depends
you're still holding on, then you're going with him. No strength check required, considering his stat. Honestly.
You know, I didn't let go of Tereth. Why would I let go now?
Okay. He's
Doing?
getting. He's getting a thing down. All right. Anyway.
He's showing off his ass.
Yeah. Anyway, so as you all continue going out, now the sort of distant, sort of gurgled laughing of those strange large rats now in the distance. Malon speaks up. Well, that was entirely revolting. Right, let's try to find this pit. Any ideas?
Well, it would probably be somewhere in here in the main building, I'd assume.
Probably on one of the lower levels as well. So I guess we just need to find a way down to the first floor.
Well, we've got stairs down to the second. All we need to do
Another
is-
option would be to try and meet back up with Daniels and ask him.
That
Well, we-
could also work, yes.
Might as well go back past and pick up Tenebrae and Daniels. They were together, right?
Yeah.
And the
Oh.
dog. If the dog is still there.
Oh yeah, and our doggo. I thought there was something else we had left. But I just didn't
God.
remember what it was.
I'll roll for it.
Tenebrae, the hot elf boy and the
you're gonna.
dumbass.
Don't
is
you want to
gonna
be like a
beat
really
them.
nice?
Don't I want to be a really nice DM?
Hey Nova.
Yeah?
You can't see it, but I'm making the ooh face and then doing the thing with the hands. Don't you wanna keep the dog there?
The dog's staying.
Is it now?
Yes, but you remember or not the dog leaves.
Anyway, so as you all continue, are you going back to Tenebrae and Daniels?
Sneakily,
Definitely.
Sneakily, roll me stealth checks.
because we didn't kill everybody in that castle.
Well, maybe we did.
I saw you
Can I-
yawning, Felix, and I started yawning. I hate you. Go on then. What were you saying?
Oh,
Can I
no,
just take
ah.
off my armor before I roll? Because I rolled in that 20 and I really don't want to roll with disadvantage.
You don't have to have put the armor on if you wouldn't have wanted to. I just said pick it
I
up
got a
because that's a
20.
good bit of money. You got a 20.
16.
Okay, one moment. Tara's got a 20. 16. Spencer? 11? No, okay, wait. I couldn't tell, he held up 2 fingers. Okay,
I got a 5.
A nat
Hey,
20 for you, Miss Strong.
Hey, yeah, that's 22 altogether. Cyril, would you like some help learning how to stealth? I could, like, give you some pointers. Teach you how it's done.
Actually, would I know that I'm doing very bad at sneaking this time?
No, I don't think you'd realise. I think you'd think that you're like the fucking shadows.
Okay.
I think like
doing
your
right
your patron
way.
is also sort of like making this sort of clouded dark vision around your eyes, so you think you're hidden, like like you think you're in shadows, but in reality you're in like bright light.
Well, I'm doing an alright job, as is, am I not?
Spencer, would you get out of the way?
Sure.
Heaven.
Sure.
So...
Fantastic job.
Okay, I'm gonna roll insight to see if I notice the sarcasm. That's an
doing
11.
great.
Roll
We need
deception.
That's okay. Yeah, roll
deception.
Roll deception.
Oh, that's an 18 plus 5. 23.
Okay, I don't notice the I don't notice
It's
it.
just like, why thank you?
Thank you, I guess. Shall we head on now?
Okay. As you are all sneaking through the thing, are you going the way you came, or are you going a different way?
Probably back the way we came, right?
Yeah, because in the current way you have to your left the way down past the large room where you fought all the cultists and Cal. Past that, the stairs and obviously the place where those guards were, and the way to the previous window, and you also have to your right two large double doors, and you also ahead of you have this open room with this archway leading into a dark room. That you can just see a few tables and chairs in the beginning, where those of you who don't have dark vision.
Alright, didn't we want to check out those double doors before we went up the stairs? Anyone still want to do that?
Well, I suppose, yes. I'll try them.
It
and see
might
if
be
they
an
open.
unnecessary trouble. Okay.
I'm just gonna grab Cyril by the arm, just kind of like tug him back a little bit.
Which
You
arm?
know what? I think we should play a nice little game. Why don't you stay here, and one of us will go check it out instead.
Well, I
You
don't
can be
see why,
a watcher.
I might
Yes,
be the worst
exactly.
person to be watching. My eyesight is terrible.
He
Oh,
only
it's
has one
fine.
eye, remember? I think we should let him, if I'm honest.
No. I think he should
I'm gonna
keep
roll again to see
Spencer.
if I notice.
I think he should keep
Oh, I rolled a nat
Spencer.
20.
Oh, I see. You're making fun of me. Why are you making fun of me?
I think
I'm
she
not
might have a
making
problem
fun.
with you, if I'm honest. This seems rather mean-tempered.
Right, Mr. Instigator. We'll get back to
Okay,
this
Matt
later.
Millen, you can shut up. What's wrong
I'm not
now?
making. I'm not making fun of you. I don't think you'd be the best person to go check out the doorway. Nothing against you specifically. I was just crunching some numbers, drawing a few graphs.
You see, Cyril, you were just kicking quite a few rocks as we came down here. You know, like.
Oi! Who the fuck is out there making all that noise?
I'm just we're just doing a patrol.
Deception check.
Deception, yeah. That's
Yelling
a,
up to some random
wait,
people.
that's a 18.
Keep it down out there then, yeah?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be.
Oh, you're scamming some random poor guy.
Look, you're lying to him, not scamming him anyway.
Yeah, but it's
then I
probably
guess-
gonna die.
No, we've done
I'm-
worse.
No, I'm whispering. I say, okay, you can check the doors then.
I'll go check the door. You make sure nothing attacks Spencer.
I'm gonna go with Mistral.
Okay, okay. Do you both sort of, how are you doing this? Are you opening the door? What?
Very quietly, very slowly, just a little crack, just to kind of peek in.
Sleight of hand
See if there's
check.
anyone in there. All right.
I'm just realised
Can
we've sent
I
the two people
help
who
her?
don't have dark vision in to do this.
Both of you give a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, if you
Wait,
could
no,
help
hold
me,
on.
that'd be great.
Rory, roll me a d20, actually. I'm going to have fun with this. This is very homebrew, but I'm going to have fun with this.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll with advantage, Mr. I was having you roll that. And if you got lower, I would have said make a dexterity saving throw. If you didn't, you would have fallen on top of her in the sort of Scooby-Doo style.
Thank you so much. Because the first one was a 5, but the second one's an 18.
Okay.
Just
You
considerably better.
ever so gently
With
creak
18,
open
yeah.
the door, and you see what seems to be a decently large, expansive room with what seems to be a few individuals inside. One of which seems to be the voice that you heard was slightly closer in this sort of room. This room is what seems to be sort of a form of either armory or a distributory sort of area with in the sort of left corner you see a roaring blacksmith forge with this large Goliath who is currently sort of pulling on this large rope that seems to be jutting air into this these sort of flames that are currently heating a blade. You see a what seems to be a very grizzled looking human man who's currently sort of hammering down on this molten piece of metal. Across the room you see this everything in that looks very shantied together, by the way, as if I had to tell you. A bit across the room you see what seems to be a few people sort of each sort of sitting down with this sort of grindstone, sort of grinding and sharpening these blades, and then sort of handing them across and sort of handing them across onto this thing and sliding them across this long table, and then people sort of grabbing them and then sort of like individually sharpening these swords with whetstones.
I look to see the. Sorry.
Oh, go on.
Done. Please continue. No, I thought you were done. Please continue.
Oh no. So as you see a few other sort of scenes like this, sort of like buffering armor. You see a few things like saddles and sort of things being created. You see these sort of very worryingly good-looking wood being used for like hilts of swords and sort of poles for flags. You see these flags of this what seems to be this sort of black creeping sort of mass that seems to be enveloping this this sort of flat but with sort of jagged undersides, almost like a piece of land that's been raised with the sort of trees and forests and sort of water gushing out the side. You see this sort of black, this vestige of a black creature just sort of creeping up it. You see sort of flags being made.
Can I look to see if there's anything like noteworthy in the room, like anything that's kind of odd?
Anything odd? You do see what seems to be the carcass of a treant that a few people are sort of in the far left corner. So people are sort of lumbering at and sort of cutting pieces off of, and then sort of chucking them over to the others, and then those sort of with saws and different things, sort of smoothing out the wood, other things like that. You do see what seems to be a small sort of cloaked, you'd assume maybe gnome or halfling figure, who seems to be sort of with this sort of large hook from underneath this robe, sort of hooking out what seems to be the eyes of a treant.
I'm gonna move really close to Rory so I can be as quiet as possible and just kind of whisper, do you think there's anything noteworthy? Should we just pass on by or take a closer look at whatever this is?
As she's saying that, I'm gonna walk up behind them and say and whisper
No,
like,
no.
So, what's in there? Are we gonna carry on going, or do we want to go in there? Why would you do this?
It kind of just looks like an armory. There's a dead treant in there. Some pretty cool looking weapons and armor. Other than that, it seems pretty normal. I was actually just asking Rory now if we should take a closer look.
I think we
Yeah,
can
and they're
head
still on
on
and
back
take all the
towards
armor.
Tenebrae and Daniels.
Yes, I think that might be a good idea.
Okay. I'm going to slowly close the door.
What is that?
Quietly.
What?
A glass of water, I think.
No, but what's that thing hanging out of his mouth?
What?
Explain yourself. Desire, explain yourself.
What was explain? Josiah, explain.
It was a straw.
Oh, it's a metal straw. Okay.
my
Drinking
practice
water
has
with
been
a
answered.
straw.
Hey, don't
Yeah,
question
yes.
my man's here. He's playing 4D chess, okay?
Yep.
Alright. So, as you sort of close the door again, sort of leaving it quiet, you don't seem to have been noticed. What do you say to the rest of the group, if anything?
Nothing interesting in there. Let's carry on.
Does that count as a deception roll?
I mean, would you consider that interesting?
No, that's good. That's not really.
Yes, it's just a like blacksmithery. We should head on.
Okay. Right. That's okay. Are you going back the way you came?
Yes.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, and not wanting to spend ages on just this one place, you all exit out. A few near misses with Spencer and Cyril nearly being caught by some roving guards sort of just before the stairway up towards the part where you came. But overall, you all managed to make your way up pretty successfully, and you all managed to get out with... I think now you see this sort of a few crumbled walls outside of the once intact walls. You see these you see sort of bodies, sort of a few strewn out, a few sort of crushed down into barely recognizable figments of a humanoid, and you see the large large footsteps and footprints of what you assume to be quite a lot of angry treants.
Are any of these bodies the blue tiefling from like ages ago?
Give me a perception check.
Wait, with the angry treants, are their eyes still messed up?
You cannot see them because they're not currently around that you can
Okay.
see.
13.
13.
Are they still glowing purple?
They're not there
Like that.
to be able to be seen.
Oh,
You
okay.
said
Oh,
the
yeah.
footsteps of a bunch of angry treants, not
And the
a bunch of
footprints,
angry-
and not a bunch of angry treants.
I'm not even in the game, and I'm paying more attention.
Thank you, Josiah. So, you see that in front of you. Giving a quick scan over the corpses, you don't recognise all of them to be the blue tiefling necessarily. Though, weirdly, when you were making your way back, you don't think you... actually... No, you hadn't seen that bit. Like, I know. My apologies.
Just like a mukbang.
So, what are you all doing now? You don't see any guards left on the walls. Say it, fucking say it.
No, it's just like guards on the wall, and I just pictures like a bunch of like Tom and Jerry style squashed guards on a wall.
Pretty much. There's half guards on the wall. Anyway.
Can I loot their bodies? Their half bodies. Editing
Investigation check.
Mainly a map. I want a map.
Okay, investigation check.
Yes.
Investigation. I got a nat 1.
So picking through some of the sort of scraps that is left, the sort of squashed, destroyed, sort of you have to shift a few boulders. You get you see one of their chest plates that's sort of been indented inwards a good few feet, sort of out the back of their own torso, practically like a now a bowl that's in their chest.
Actually, that's really good.
That does look really good.
Give me food.
You think some of it is edible?
Edible.
Hey man, meat's meat.
I'm not gonna eat, huh?
Roll on that one. What do you want me to say?
I'll eat all this stuff. Okay.
You don't find a map.
Okay. Well, if I don't find a map, then I don't eat anything.
Okay. Are you all just continuing back towards your dog, Daniels, and fucking Tenebrae?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Heading backwards towards where you left the dog.
Uh-oh.
You see what seems to be half of a dog's body that's really excited to get this bag that's sort of wedged into this hole, and the other one that just looks so fed up and is just sort of limp, and the other one is just sort of like dragging half its body, just sort of trying to jump.
I'm gonna walk up to them and just, hey baby, how's it going? And I'm gonna reach in my pocket for the meat that I took from Carl, realize it's not there anymore, and then just kind of
The left head looks so excited. It's like it's looking up at your face and then down your pocket, expecting something.
And you give it nothing.
You see its tail that seems to be fighting itself to wag and not wag at the same time.
in my pockets. Can I offer it some water, I guess?
Just pull out some water out of your pocket.
Take my water skin.
Yeah,
pour it
okay.
into my hand.
Okay, you pour it into your
Do you
hand.
have a pan?
Okay.
Oh, hand. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the
So
left
you're like
left
that.
head still looks so excited. It sort of tries to eat the water.
I'm just gonna like quickly over this to Cyril and like, if it bites me, can you please press its mouth so it doesn't go on a murder rampage?
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, like. Yeah, no.
It's more a chance of when it bites you
It's
than
so
if
you
bites
get
you.
it sort of ends up drinking all the or drinking all the water, and then it just sort of keeps licking your hand, and then it doesn't realise that its saliva isn't more water.
I love it so much. While it's distracted licking my hand, can I reach into the wedge of the wall and get my bag?
I'll say yeah. It's dumb.
Okay.
I have two character sheets, one for each side. I'm gonna be honest.
That's
It's fucking. What then? No, yeah, it's derpy and oh fuck, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the other sort of now that the left side is so excited, the right side just sort of reluctantly gets up and sort of with a low growl, looking at all of you. Well, you're doing a whole ass mukbang there, Desire.
Without
Got the little
sound.
clips and everything.
Anyway, so anything else you guys are doing with the dog?
It's Tenebrae there.
You're not at the same place as Tenebrae yet.
Wait, I thought we left Tenebrae.
No, they didn't. You didn't leave the
No.
dog with Tenebrae because you forgot the dog existed for a good minute.
Oh, okay.
And so no, you had. So you left the dog a bit further along the path, closer to the castle.
That's probably a good thing.
Do you all just continue bringing the dog with you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the dog's sort of following. The left head looks so excited to see each and all of you, and so it's trying to go over towards you. But then the right head will try to bite one of you. And so it's kind of difficult to avoid it.
You.
But yeah. Anyway, moving along, you in the slight distance you see the area where you left Tenebrae. You do see that the treant seems to have stampeded almost. You see these sort of large wooden structures have now been pushed over. And you
Do I
see
see any tree ants?
roll me perception check.
Okay. Perception. God, I can never find perception on my character sheet.
Tough shit, boy.
12.
12. Looking about, you don't think you see any tree ants. It's difficult to differentiate the word from the trees. It's yeah. And
Okay,
so
I'll go over.
yeah,
to
so
Tenebrae.
you sort of going over. So you see the sort of wooden sort of scaffold that you left them underneath has sort of been pushed over. Is now a slant like that. Sort of a decent angle, sort of probably if it wasn't sort of like you see part of it sort of is sort of like resting on now a nearly broken scaffold, catwalk sort of thing that was going across. You see it sort of just resting on that as it's sort of bowing downwards.
Are they still standing underneath it?
Go ahead and look.
I'm looking.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, I'm not able to find them, am I? I made my shitty rolls. That is a 7.
A 7. You look about and they do not seem to be in their same place.
Does anybody see them? I say in a panicked voice, not slightly panicked.
You could just sound panicked. Okay.
I'm bad at sounding panicked.
It's fine. It's fine.
Does anybody see them? See, bad panic.
I mean, no, shut up.
I mean, I'll roll to see if I see them, but I very much doubt it.
I was gonna say.
That's a 4.
A 4. I mean, they're not there.
Did we tell them to
Don't
do
think
something
so.
and I've forgotten what we told them to do?
Do I roll with disadvantage?
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
Can I make
That's 14.
Okay. With a 14, you do notice what seems to be across a bit underneath another one of the scaffold things. You see what seems to be a tuft of sort of dirty, like sort of brownish blonde hair.
Okay. That might be them over there. I'll just kind of point it out.
Mm. You guys all see it?
I'm muted.
I
and
will
said
we'll
one
start
word.
heading in that direction.
Yeah, I go over.
Okay. You hear what seems like a comparatively loud conversation of, well, and then they all tied me up and they all said it was a training exercise. I still don't understand. I really don't. If I'm honest, I don't think they're with the Watchers. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kind of going with it because they'll fucking kill me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wait, who's he talking to about this?
And you hear, well, I don't think, well, the half-elf is slightly scary, but I don't think they'll kill you. Terra's really nice. And you're fine. And then you hear sort of reply just, I mean, yeah, the half-elf is really scary.
I'm just gonna walk up to the two, kind of like sling an arm around both their shoulders.
Thanks.
I am now an entire foot taller.
Thanks for being so loud at certain thing. Fuck off. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, say again. I totally didn't hear.
Then I'm gonna walk up to the two of them and kind of just like sling an arm around both their shoulders, just kind of leaning in, like, "Hey, boys, what we talking about?" Me and notice that the entire foot taller.
Fucking.
They laugh at me.
Yeah. So you see as Tenebrae just sort of, and he's gone. He just. You see him just go, and then he's not there. He disappears.
You just scared him out of
and Daniels just looks at you, looks where he was, and just look. And he just sort of starts shaking and muttering.
I go over and look at where Tereth was. Tenebrae, not Tereth.
Yeah.
Fucking teenage.
There isn't much of a.
I kind of pat the area.
Don't get alarmed.
You're patting the ground.
I think I may have accidentally murdered your friend.
I'm looking at you distraughtly.
Yeah, Daniels looks also distraught.
just look down at my hand in absolute fear. It's all covered in dog slobber.
Can I like start like patting the air to see if I can find? Can I tell that you went invisible? I'm guessing that's what happened.
I don't think you went invisible because then my arm would have still been there.
Oh, he might have teleported.
Maybe.
1 moment.
I'm thinking the flute is a sword because it's like it hasn't like focused properly. And it's
Wait,
just like
what?
a long shiny object.
What are you? Okay. So sorry. Say again. Are you going to sort of look around for Terrace
Yeah.
and Tenebrae? You guys' names are similar.
Yeah, I do the same.
So, give me a perception check.
Oh god.
At least you don't call yourself Naturalis, John.
Yeah, that was no way. Like, I got a 13.
Okay, you looking around quite frantically. You like about 30 feet off. You just see. You see like a kind of shaking, muttering Tenebrae just looking around.
I run over to Tenebrae. What's Tenebrae muttering about exactly?
He keeps repeating, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?"
What's wrong?
He's sort of looking around, looking up at you. He sort of pokes you. Oh my God, you're
Yeah?
He just looks absolutely bewildered and not at all like fully understanding about what I should be asking. Well, the half elf did something to me, and then I was like, it was all white, and there were these fucking snake things, and then I'm here, and I'm so scared. I don't know what's happening.
Wait, what?
What?
Before we left, or just now?
Just now, I was having a nice conversation with Daniels, and then he's sort of looking over now, sees you, and then he immediately sort of darts behind you, Tereth, after seeing Mistral.
Just sees me holding
I
my
kind
hand.
of look at Mistral weirdly, like, what did you do?
I'm like 30 feet away from you.
Oh yeah, what did
I
you?
haven't-
Oh
I haven't
no, I don't.
noticed
Yeah,
you ran away.
Oh, you didn't notice that we ran. Wait, you can teleport?
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. I'm gonna slowly walk back to Mistral, kind of looking at you warily, like.
Tenebrae is behind you, clinging to your arm, and sort of like hiding behind your cloak.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. What did you do?
I killed him, Tara. He's gone. I just had to
He's just there.
Marco, Tara. Tara, are you okay? No, you're not Tara. You're Tenebrae. Wait, what?
You see a cloak, and
I just see a cloak.
roll a perception check
Okay.
if you want to see him. If you're looking for him.
I want to see him. Hey, that's just enough. 18 plus 2, 20.
Okay.
Rory looks abundantly confused.
Yeah, you see a
Yeah, I was
small
very
sort of, you see a few sort of fingers sort of curled around Natural Terrence! Oh, it's either if you're calling him the wrong character or calling him his previous character, I don't get it. You need to change your profile picture. That is what I associate, okay? Anyway.
Change it to Thomas the Tank Engine.
Somebody send me the new art, and when are you guys doing the art for?
We're working on it.
Like, it's a big ask. Anyway, lads. So yeah, you see sort of like a few fingers sort of wrapped around sort of his arm, slightly like, and you see sort of like a slight peek, and then immediately behind.
Can I tell that it's Tenebrae?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Tenebrae? That's you? Are you... Did Kalma send you? Is that why you're here? Why are you laughing?
Wait, what?
What?
He sort of, as you say, did Kalma send you? He just sort of fucking absolutely behind Tereth, like Tereth, you hear him whispering, "Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away from me!"
I will slowly kind of look even more confused. I'm just growing more confused by the second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out for him to see if he's real or if he's another ghost gift from Kalma.
He like sort of. I mean, how badly are you trying to touch him?
I'm going very, very slowly because I'm like half not really believing it myself.
Okay, yeah, he is
How
sort
badly
of
are you
like
trying to touch him?
Shut up.
Can I make a history check about who Kalma is?
Okay, so what he is doing is he is sort of like keeping himself like Tereth between you and himself, and like you see his eyes sort of like almost dilate slightly at the mention of Kalma, and you see him start shivering.
Do I know who Kalma is?
Give me a religion check.
Oh,
I'm gonna immediately move away from him when I'm seeing that this is affecting.
Can I make a history check to see how Kalma relates to...
Religion check, thank you very much.
To see how it relates to,
Religion check.
Fucking
Thank
words.
you very much.
Tenebrae.
Religion check, thank you very much. 14. You have heard underhand whispers from your time in the Drow Citadel of a being known as Kalma, never spoken in the same breath as other gods. And you know there is something of an extreme fear of this being.
Oh,
I'm gonna kind of look at Mistral even weirder. Like, what?
I don't know, Taryn. I said hello. He vanished.
What?
Now he's here. And I just.
Who's this person?
I'm gonna completely ignore that question, and I'm going to call Nemi, if that's okay.
Okay. Let me check. Are you the only one able to see Nemi again?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So as
invisible.
Yeah. Okay. So as sort of with a quick wave of your hand, you see Nemi sort of the white skin of her changeling forms, not like so she's sort of like about 5 foot-ish, 4'11", not tall at all, sort of with this sort of white dress with these sort of black accents to it. And she's sort of these white sort of petals occasionally floating off of her form.
Nemi, did you hear anything from Kalma if she was expecting to give more company?
Mistress Kalma has not suddenly think in a long time.
Why is her voice so creepy?
I wanted to ghost girl. What the fuck?
Immediately run away.
Immediately, like,
Terrifying.
Fucking, what did
It's
you?
okay. No, I like the voice. I just didn't expect it. Like comparing the imagery to the voice, it's a good voice. It's just it's yeah.
No, yeah, like,
Yeah.
I've met. I fucking have fleshed out Karma so much, for fuck's sake. Like, it has to fit.
I'm glad you like Kalma. Anyways, can you tell if he's like you? He's not letting me check myself.
Her form sort of floats, sort of just
Earth is
sort
just
of.
watching me talk to the floor.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
her sort of toe is pointed with these sort of almost ballet type shoes, as they're sort of just gliding off the floor, as she's sort of going around Tereth and sort of her head tilts slightly. He is one of the living.
Immediately, like, kind of like got on my knees and kind of like sit back onto my heels, just like a breath of relief. Like, oh my god, I didn't kill you. Okay, great.
did you just say Tereth or Tenebrae?
She
Didn't
moves
say any
past
names.
Tereth and then looks down at
Alright.
Tenebrae. Okay, do you dismiss Nemi, or
I'll let her wander around for a bit.
Okay.
She doesn't get much time out
Yeah.
and about.
she sort of is floating about?
Wait, when you're talking to her, do we...
Yeah,
do we-
you see her just talking to Thinner.
Oh. I'm guessing Tenebrae looks even more scared at this.
Absolute lunatic talking to nothing.
Yeah, he's sort of now wrapped himself up in your cloak.
Okay, I'll let him stay there and look very confused. I'm very confused. Yeah.
Cyril,
Yes.
you hear in the back of your head just, My, it seems we've got quite the gaggle of misfits here, do you know? Don't we? That's not canon, that's not canon, that's not canon, that's not canon!
You can't take
It
it back,
seems we have
Raven.
quite the gaggle of misfits, don't we?
I like touch my circlet and say, what do you mean?
Kalma. What an old name.
Who is that?
Why don't you ask your friend?
Which one? Do you mean Mistral or?
There's no reply.
I'll go. I'll like walk up to Mistral and say, who is Kalma?
Huh. sorry. She's pretty, I don't know. She's the reason why I can do all the stuff that I can do, I guess.
Tereth, you sort of hear slight sobbing coming from behind your back.
I'll like turn around and put an arm and what's wrong?
You just see him sort of like
what the nickname this time.
He's kind of in like quiet hysterics, like not laughing, but he seems incredibly bothered would be an understatement, affected by the naming and the continued talking of this being.
God, no. Bad, very bad.
Ooh, I noticed this.
Well, I like after she replies with that, like straight after I say well, that doesn't exactly tell me who they are. Are they a god or?
Yeah. My god.
What's Tenebre's reaction to that?
He is still crying.
Okay.
He's sort of his hands covering over his mouth.
Do I notice this?
I'll say at this point you do.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
also
sorry.
gonna-
Should we stop?
As you,
I'm
sort
also
of,
gonna
as you
wonder-
sort of speak up, he
Come
flinches.
over.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna get up and kind of like walk away. Just like walk slowly backwards away from
Just thought
Tenebra.
I got out the hammock.
Bray, who is this god?
I've walked away.
I've heard. Yeah, I wasn't asking you.
I'm
I'm sorry.
gonna intercept Mistral as I'm walking towards him.
He's sort of like shakily replying, sort of. God.
Sorry, what was that?
It's not a god.
I like to imagine he said it.
Yeah. He like goes like straight thing. His voice goes down 3 octaves.
Right, I'll go back onto mute and continue learning songs on flute.
I've started recording. You can't. You
better
can't.
run, Cobra.
All right. So, yeah, you. Okay, so now Tenebrae was just simply saying that. He last thing he said was it's not a god.
What is it then?
A creature. God.
Excuse me? And I'm learning more about my god today as well. Continue.
Yeah, me too. Learning about something I never knew anything about.
A being that tries to be a god, but all it does is take.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's just, it sounded like you said they like steak.
It's a god that pretends to be a god because they like steak.
Yeah, they like steak.
Mm.
This is a really nice steak.
Everyone knows that gods get free steak.
Vampires take them. Okay, so carrying on.
Before we do that, Aaliyah,
Aaliyah, yes,
trying to
you were trying to speak.
Yes, well, I was just gonna come and, as Mistral is walking away, I'll come and, like, see what's going on, so I'll just go up to her. What's happening? Why is everyone so, I'll just look over at Tenebrae. Well, what's wrong with Tenebrae?
I have no idea. He disappeared. He came back. Now he's crying.
Oh, I follow Mistral back, and I say, well, he seems to be upset about Mistral talking about a. Oh fuck! I forgot the name. Shit.
Karma.
Karma.
What's that?
Well, she
Karma.
says it's her god, but
Yeah.
I think I just
she-
about heard him saying something else.
She's. I don't know. I've never personally had any bad experiences with her. She's. I don't want to say she's pretty chill or anything, because I don't think I can be that informal towards a god. But I never experienced her doing anything wrong.
Well, I mean, powers she gives you aren't exactly stereotypically good powers. They're not exactly shooting beams of light and goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry, because your powers are any better.
Well, do you know I don't like my patron? My patron's a dick.
Takes 7 force damage.
Instantaneously died.
Just like, like a punch to the gut.
Just proving his point even more.
Yeah.
And I'm just here with a wholesome crystal.
Dude, why did you get to have a nice picture? God. Well, it's not really a picture, but...
It doesn't
if
really.
Let's call them mind friends.
Yeah, you haven't figured yours out yet, have you, Spencer? Anyway, let's skip onwards for a slight bit of brevity. Go on.
Okay.
You can continue your conversation. I was just saying, cut the chatter of other people.
No, it's okay.
Right.
We can continue.
So is Tenebrae okay? Maybe we should go and ask him about what he knows about her.
I don't
I
think
don't
he
think
wants
we
to
should do
be
that.
anywhere near him.
I
Oh.
don't think we should do that. I think we should leave him with Terra. That they seem to know each other fairly well.
I'm finding a spot to sit down with
more
Tenebrae.
to the point,
Yeah,
we should ask Daniels where the pit is.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Where's Daniels gone?
Daniels is still sitting down where he was sitting down. He still looks pretty shaken.
Okay. I'll like go over to him and say, so we Tenebrae's fine. He's just talking to Tereth. So we're wondering as part of no, he teleported away. He can do that apparently.
She's so powerful.
Daniels.
So as
It's fine.
Daniels,
Just calm down.
I kind of put my hand on Daniel's shoulder and say, so
He looks at you and like braces himself slightly and then
as part of the training, we need you to stay with.
One guy being tied up for like 48 hours.
Oh no, we untied him when we left.
yeah, you guys untied him and then you fucking then like as far as he knows, you fucking dissolved someone in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna be using this power for evil. This hold I have over Daniel.
I mean, Daniel's life
as
beforehand
part of
was
the-
pretty bad.
So, as part of the training, of course, we need to say, we need you to tell us where the pit the other two were talking about.
Right.
They said
pit,
they would
yeah,
push the short guy into it.
Yeah, the pit. With the fucking bullhounds, fucking things. I don't know. They're dogs. They have bulls on them. I don't know. They're yeah. That's
Right.
sorry. When seeing someone get defibrillated in front of you gets a bit weird. Yeah. So it's down sort of in that direction. It's sort of well, a hole in the ground. But yeah, it's in that direction. He sort of points off. It's sort of slightly to the left of where the castle is, sort of to ahead and to the left side.
Can we see it, or?
No, not at the moment. He sort of points in the general direction.
Okay. I say, so, what sort of defenses have you got outposted nearby?
You could just tell me your secrets and stuff like that. I get that you're not actually part of the Watchers. It's not like.
What do you mean? I know nothing about
I don't know what do you mean. And I kind of look over at Mistral, and I kind of look over at Mistral like, back me up there, or what do we do?
I mean, they're not like the best. They have pretty good dental, but again, they're not like. I don't love them or anything. Like.
Would you
God
be
damn
interested
it,
in
fucking-
leaving them?
He's just staying with them just for the dental.
We
his
can
teeth
give you
never
much
gonna
better
rot.
dental. You see, Daniels, we have a great dental scheme where we come from, and you'll have
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
you
in.
press
I'm
the
in.
potato
Yeah,
on
sure.
the-
Fucking get me out of this cave.
Well,
I'll
perfect. Now,
I'll use prestidigitation on your teeth.
you see,
He sort of looks at
Cyril
you as if he doesn't
is-
understand what you said.
Cyril is our dentist. You see, he cleans us. He cleans us.
He looks like
He cleans our teeth in the morning.
His bandages with his metal arm on it. There's like a bunch of blades and stuff like, coming out. Just like yeah. What?
Yeah, it's just a drill attachment. I take off my hand. And let the drill attachment goes.
Giant drill just there. Like,
Yeah. Well, I guess if you've noticed, how, what do you have posted nearby?
Well, they're, I don't know, with Triads doing that fucking stampede thing and throwing those people and those boulders. But, if it's at full strength, there'll be the hounds things. And, archers. And, well, the captain was meant to be there. Not the boss, the captain. The boss is the guy who killed people. The captain was the tiefling that was a bit of a dick. But, yeah, so I don't know about that. I don't know. Ground forces and a few siege triads, but again, they're probably on a rampage.
Okay. Well, thank you then.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what happens to the people who are put into the pit?
Well, they get eaten by the hounds.
So, so do you know anything about the the large, bulbous things?
There are a few. There's the big, well, that was the big round one, but he's not here anymore. He went with the weird drow man and threatened to kill my everything. He threatened to kill a lot of people.
Yes, we saw them.
Yeah, so they left, but the dog ones are still there, and there was that other one, but I don't know about that one. I don't remember. It was like a really skinny and shit. I don't know. But yeah. I know where that one went.
Okay. Do you know anything about how they're created or who creates them?
No, well, they just sort of appear.
Okay.
I'll go but I'll go back over to Terrath and what you call it?
At Hannibal. Yeah, at this point he's slightly calmed down. He's now sort of slightly shaking.
What's Spencer been doing?
Yeah.
Good question. Good question.
If he's not sort of taking a particular side of speaking with people, he could just be sitting with Malon, who's sort of sitting down,
Yeah.
sort of. You see him sort of
I'm not
fiddling with this
talking
sort
about
of...
druid stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know.
totally. He's sort of fiddling with the sort of stag pendant that he has.
Okay. I'll go over to Spencer and Melon first then.
Okay.
And I say, so the pit's over that way, and I point where the pit is, where Daniel's pointed to.
Alright.
And
Well,
he said that the bulbous creatures said there's hounds in the pit, and the large thing, he's talked about how there was the large thing that we fought with the drow.
who got through the portal back when we met first.
Right.
And then he said yes. Then he said there were the hounds in the pit, and he mentioned something else, but he didn't seem to know what happened to that one. He said this one was oddly skinny, I think.
Well, that doesn't bode exactly well. I suppose we can move out towards this pit when emotions calm.
Yes.
Personally, I think we've all had enough of emotions, but
oh boy, we got some more coming.
Is this long rest time?
I think it's long rest time.
This long rest time? What level 7?
Emotions bad.
We have one fire.
Emotions bad, never
Yep.
emotions.
But I also fear that the watchers, I believe, might mobilize if we do wait too long. So I will leave it all up to you for the choice of action.
I
I'm not
believe
sure if you
the watchers may be rather preoccupied with the escaped treants.
Actually, wait. Do I think that there was? Did there seem to be enough watchers that it would be a fairly even fight between them and the treants, or
It's difficult to tell. It's very difficult to tell. It very much depends on the weaponry that the watchers have. If they have fire-based weaponry, then it'll be a lot easier than if they didn't.
Well, I did talk about like setting them on fire and shit. So.
What's his name's? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I need I think a long rest. Well, would be good, as I am almost completely exhausted magically.
Yes, and a battle would not be good, which we might be walking into, I'm not sure. So that's one vote for resting. Cyril, Spencer, what about you two?
I believe it may be an alright way to rest, although I'm not exactly in bad condition.
Shut up, dude.
Very well. And
I say we rest up. We're all tired from the battle, and well, as you said, a lot of emotions.
Yes. Well, let's ask the others then.
Aye.
Rory, Mistral. We are deciding whether we wish to rest before we head towards the pit, or head towards it immediately.
I could use a nap.
Yeah, I think it might be best to rest a little bit.
Yes, I believe so as well. Letting the emotions calm and resting ourselves, both mentally and physically, would be best, I believe. So, is it decided? Tereth. Tenebrae. Do you believe... Well, you said how exhausted you are. Tenebrae seems like he is still sort of putting like he's still slightly sort of. He seems to be making himself slightly small. He just sort of doesn't seem to be speaking. He seems to have calmed down though.
I think we should rest.
Very well then. I suggest that we find a location that is a little bit more secluded then.
I nod.
Place such as effectively a battlefield. As he sort of gets up from the sort of broken piece of wood he was sitting on.
Alright.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, he leads you all down towards towards a sort of more secluded place, sort of slightly sort of hidden and obscured by multiple different pieces of wood. And go ahead if you would all like to give me a second. Let me check the thingy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, time to die!
Okay. Go ahead and take a long rest and a level up.
What do I get? All 17.
4th level spells, I believe.
I mean, not 17, 7.
Um,
I think you guys
I
are getting
feel
4th
like-
levels.
I feel like we should do this just after the session.
I mean, we still
Because
have about...
it can
an
take a
hour,
lot of
yeah.
time. It can take
I mean-
very long.
We've got
Have
until
we just
9,
quick-
really, and it's just about 8.
Yeah, but
Do you want to end it
I've
here?
seen how it went last time.
Level ups.
I kind of want to keep on playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also level up.
Wait, are we leveling up now or not then?
And this is up to you guys. Do you want to end now and then sort out your level ups and then tomorrow continue?
We can level up and then continue. It's only
Yeah,
it takes like doesn't take long at all to level up.
And if it takes half an hour to level up,
Even when
which
you get
it
like
would.
that extra spell, there's not many levels which give you very much. It's not like it's
Mm.
level 4 where you get an ability
Yeah,
score
level
treatment.
New character sheet. I am now level 7. I have to choose whatever. I have 44 hit points. Nice.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to change all your fucking hit points in the combat tracker. Ah.
Oh, next time we go into
I'm
combat,
going to
can you
pause
use
the recording.
roll 20?
Oh, I accidentally left the thing paused.
Oh.
Okay,
No,
so
no.
what I'm going to propose in this situation is a dramatic retelling of the session by
okay.
me in about 5 minutes that goes on the YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah.
However, we need to finish the session first.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So up until this current bit, you need to remember where we are, and I don't know exactly when I paused, but I'm going to assume it was.
Oh no, I'm just going to recap the whole session.
Okay, yeah, you can dramatically recap. Okay, yeah, you'll recap it.
Dramatically, quickly
Beautiful.
recap the whole session
Oh,
I just
broke my.
from the perspective of someone who has been learning to play flute all the time.
Yes, okay, yeah, I'm loving it.
I just managed
Okay,
to break
quickly
my
thing,
tuner even
quickly,
more.
really quick thing though, just
is
to
that?
make sure this is actually okay.
Right.
So, Spencer had a dream about a voice in a wolf, the wolf is dead. Now, they all woke up, headed towards the pit after leveling up, and now they are overlooking the pit with, there are 4 bodies on on poles in out of the pit, and there are 2 archer guards, 3 watchers, 2 normal guards, and a blue tiefling with this black smoke emanating out of parts of his body.
I managed to break my tuner even more.
Oh, well
So a
done.
while ago, I snapped
So
it.
you meant the fish.
So like you see, it's like a little clip that goes on the like top, and I snapped this bit off. And now I've
this to be on
managed
the
to
D&D
make
recording?
this fall out.
Okay, we are
So,
recording still now.
Yeah.
it's supposed to be on there.
Anyway. So, what are you all doing?
Okay. So so Cyril, Mistral, and Malon will
Can I just say, I'm really disappointed in you guys. You didn't chase the chonky lad. You're not my character for weeks.
Yeah, you're not going to see his character for ages now.
Oh no, that's such a bummer.
Yeah, sorry we didn't chase the
Fuck
chunky
you, pause.
Fucking pause. Oh my god, it's so fucked.
So I'm gonna be going kind of like I'm assuming causing it. Wait, let's say this. Okay, wait. Let's say this in character, like we're discussing game plan. Right. So Milan and I will go and cause a distraction, keep everyone's attention. Rory, would you like to take out the archers up top, seeing that you can fly?
yes. Is Cyril going with you too, or is that not?
Yes, I'm
feel
going with Paris and Melon. I mean,
Paris.
Mr. and Melon. Because he was just calling them Pars.
Pars.
I'm
Are
going
you
with
going
Pars.
to be
Yeah,
invisible?
guys, we've got a new person joining.
Yes,
Pars.
I'm going invisible and going with you and Melon, and then I'm going to make Rory and Tereth invisible, and Spence is going to either
Why are you
use
making me
Dark
invisible?
Trace or try to.
I thought we said that I didn't want to be invisible.
Yes, you didn't say it in character. I didn't know whether
I
you were
did
saying
say
it in character. So okay.
I didn't, like.
Well then complain about that in character. So yeah.
I don't really need to be invisible because I don't really need to go into the fight. Can I stay out?
Are you choosing not to fight if a fight does happen?
No, I'm saying I need to. All my spells pretty much are ranged, and I might as well stand on the edge and blast them rather than stand in the middle and die.
Alright, can you be prepared for if the 3 watchmen, if they kind of like attack, seeing though your spells are pretty, powerful, I guess? And then...
yeah.
And then, Spencer, if you're going to be joining us with us as well, maybe you could go after the 2 guards. Just kind of like cover up the last kind of like variable if this does go south.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And then back to you again, Cyril, sorry. Are you gonna be kind of like just standing by us? Or are you gonna help out Spencer or Naturalis with the guards?
No,
Sorry,
I'm going to go with you and Melon, and Rory's going to deal with the archers.
Right, okay. Well, it sounds like for the first time we have an actual plan.
Yeah, so you all feeling alright?
I believe I feel okay. What do you mean?
That was my attempted humour. I shall not do it again.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Oh.
That was also another attempted humour. I'm going to stop now.
Right. So Cyril.
Mama, I think it's better if you take me.
Okay.
Cyril,
come here then, and I like motion for Spencer and Rory to come near me.
I go over.
Okay.
Go over and crouch.
Oh, also,
yeah.
Tenebrae.
I just like touch your knee and cast invisibility on both of them.
Also, Tenebrae and Daniels, are you okay with staying here with the puppy?
I'm staying here too.
I
gonna be
puppy.
Like, I don't think it's a puppy.
Oh, but it's so cute. Look at its little face.
The one face has its like sort of tongue out. The other face looks like it's sort of staring at Utereth, and it's sort of this low growl emanating from his throat.
I look at it angrily and growl.
Intimidation check.
Okay.
Oh god.
I better get a good roll. Where's my intimidation? I have +5 intimidation and I don't even have proficiency. I was at 11.
An 11. Okay. The dog seems undeterred and it now growls back, this saliva sort of bursting out of its throat as it sort of almost roars at you.
Hey. Stop fighting with my dog. I'm literally having beef
Hey, it's
with
not just your
an actual
dog.
animal.
And as it does to that, you see some of the guards begin, obviously noticing the noise,
Thank God.
begin to turn that way.
Tara.
I didn't think about that.
Okay. Oh, am I invisible?
Run.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, roll me a stealth.
Take Daniels and
Daniels
Tenebrae with
and
you.
Tenebrae.
Yeah.
Right,
And the
quickly
dog.
turn them invisible. We're gonna head off.
No, I
Their
don't care about the
attention.
dog.
We're done.
I already have
Meet up
turned them
with
invisible. They're already invisible.
Okay, great. Forget everything else I said.
Okay. Good luck, guys. Okay, I'm gonna fly up towards the archers, like above them. If you
Okay.
want to do someone else first, then. You can.
Well, I'm just sorting out the map.
Nice.
I still haven't got proper maps, but you know, I tried to find one with a fucking hole in the middle with things in it. Turns out, you know.
It's chill.
Oh boy, them some big boys.
You haven't seen them yet,
Wait, I'm just getting out.
but yes.
Big doggo.
Really quickly. Oh god, here I am trying to find the fucking placeholder for the fucking thing.
I did not I did not like how they look.
I think it's kind of cool.
I think they could take us out in one chomp.
Nom. What if I chomp them first? I want to. No.
Nom
Fucking
nom.
go with
Why
your
are
heart.
they so big? Why are they so fucking big?
Why are you so small?
God. Jeez.
Oh, wait,
You.
I'm not looking at Roll20. Let me see.
There's some chunky boys. Josiah's got
there are
some
some chunky boys.
competition. Like.
What are they?
Oh, because I can't see the.
Are they the
Whoa.
bulbous hounds?
Yeah.
Maybe
How
Josiah is
big
one
are
of
the
them.
bulbous hounds?
How do
I
you
don't
invite
like
people
this.
to the D&D group?
He's in.
To the
He's
roll
in.
20.
He's in.
In roll 20?
Yeah, you should be. I'm.
Wait, are the guys with spears on the on the
Oh, he
right?
just
are
And
they
now
the
he's gone.
archers?
Did you ask if they're Baptists? I don't
No.
think so.
You in the roll
I
20?
would be surprised.
I can't hear you. What
sorry.
did you say?
John, you flipping nincompoop!
Ow,
I've been
oh
here
my
since.
god! Shut the fuck up! It's recording, you idiot.
John asked me to speak up.
Okay, that
Wait,
doesn't
are we
mean
gonna
you
do the-
blow
Are
out
we gonna
on
do the
mine.
fight now, or are we gonna wait till next session? Because this is a fairly right place to.
Yeah, this is a fairly right place. I was going to do a thing, but you know.
It's fine.
Because it's 9/11 at the moment.
Haha, funny, funny.
Oh my God.
Okay, so. Really quickly.
Oh, he's massive.
Shut the fuck up.
He just shrunk. It's all good, guys.
Okay, really quickly. Oberon.
Oh, like the fairy.
Thank you.
Whilst you were tied to this post. You've been there for a good bit, and your arms are sort of really fucking achy, and you're kind of rethinking your life choices slightly as you hear this sort of growling coming from a bit underneath you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you're the blue one.
Wait, is he in the large room?
See this one here?
No.
I actually don't know which one I am.
He's somewhere.
I've also forgotten how to...
He's on one of these posts.
You have not got accounted just yet. We will sort that in a bit.
He's called Josie.
Anyway, so
Very low.
as
Yes.
and the sack over your head is making it's on pretty tight. I'm just gonna say, could you just do you want to describe a character now, or do you want to wait till later?
I don't feel that there's much to describe. You see an elven-looking figure in Watcher gear with a sack over his head. I don't feel that the party has earned the right for my character to be described beyond that yet.
Okay.
Mostly also because if I put loads of effort into a description now, they will have forgotten by tomorrow.
That is
True. Okay. Well, would you like to give your rapid fire description of this today's session and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the Josiah recap! Good.
But do you want to maybe make like his own little section of recordings that you can put it in between the two episodes where all that kind of stuff is missing, other than the people listening to it and then only giving the recap at the end?
I mean, that's editing. Fuck that.
Do you want to put in effort?
No, I don't. I'm too tired for that shit. Fuck that.
Have you stopped recording, or is
No, this is still juicy content.
I'm trying to think how I can effectively recap this.
Say it. Just say the words. Say the words. Speak the language. Do it in German.
Und hallo Leute, wie geht es dir? Willkommen zurück The Waiting List.
You could have said those 3 words in German.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, honestly, list is one of the only German words that is, like, so common.
No, but if it's the title of something in another language, you frequently refer to it in said original language.
I was making a joke about the Germans and lists. Anyway, please recap.
I know.
Session before I say
Shut the fuck up, you little shit. We do not make many lists, only a few lists. Okay? You understand? Thank you.
And I could make such a horrible joke now, but I'm not going to, so I'm just going to DM it to Felix.
Yeah, so, terribly sorry, but do you not remember where the Ruskies bitch slapped you in World War II? Terribly sorry.
Terribly sorry. Do you remember how we're currently at least a better country?
Terribly sorry. Can we talk about how we're a bigger country? And we're allowed an air force and nuclear weapons, you morons.
Are we still recording?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're comparing country
no, they
dick
finally
sizes.
added axolotls to Minecraft in the latest snapshot.
Oh, shut up. Okay.
And you have a pretty fucking population, and no one.
I know that's what list you were
Hey,
talking about,
we
so you didn't need to message me about
we have
it.
American streets for soldiers from there for World War II. Yep, we helped.
Okay, oh my god, please, Josiah.
If you can hear me, I think my internet crashed.
We can hear you.
Iceland.
Okay, so here we go. Right. Everyone right. So, the party was walking from where they were at the end of last episode for quite a while. It took them about 45 minutes of talking to do this at the very least, if not longer. Eventually, they got back to the guy with the timid American voice who got absolutely terrified because he thought someone had been vaporized in front of him. Then Mistral brought up her god of sorts, and a person whose name I've forgotten got very, very scared. That's the one. Then Malon, I think, was like, hey, we should have a rest before we do anything. So they went and had a rest, and then, wait, what's Fisk's character called Spencer? Woke up in the middle of the night, and he saw a white wolf, and it was all spooky. And he followed the white wolf a bit, and then he followed it further. And then he went into a dream, and he heard a very spooky, raspy voice, sort of like this. And lots of things happened in that dream that will be relevant to his story and character arc, I assume. Then he woke up and the wolf was dead and there was blood everywhere. And then the rest of the party woke up. Tereth and Tenebrae obviously off to the side spooning, and the wolf was still there, proving that the wolf was not a dream and it was dead. Then they decided to go off to, like, a place, the pits. They saw some prisoners. They also saw two people walking away. One of them was a chonky lad, and the other one they couldn't really make out because he was hidden in the shadow of the chonky lad. Then they realized that maybe me, who has been waiting to join for a few weeks, might be one of the prisoners, so they didn't chase the chonky lad. And now they're preparing to go into some sort of fight with half of the party invisible and going off to do a sneaky thing, and the other half of the party going off to do something else. The end.
Record time, thank you very much.
Is that good enough for you?
It's at the end of the fucking live version of Shia LaBeouf. It's just like... Yeah.
How long was that? I want to know how long I was speaking for.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Like a
Thank
minute
you
or something.
if you've actually still listened to this. Fuck off. Die.